Greece for the sell-off. Greece is in free fall with the default looming. Puerto Rico's warning it may be next. And the Chinese stock markets are having one of the biggest down days that they've seen in 10 years. So is this when Marc Faber gets to tell us all, told you so? The editor of the Gloom, Boom and Doom report joins us now on the telephone. It's great to have you here. And quite simply, are we at the beginning of perhaps a global recession that's caused by Greece, or is there something else at play here?
I do not believe that Greece would cause a global recession, but it may be a catalyst for a more serious market decline. And I just want to mention that actually the market has been weak for a long time because the transportation index, the Dow Transportation Average, is already down 11% on the year and flat over the last 12 months. On Friday, there were 191 new 12-month lows on the New York Stock Exchange, and today there were over 320 new lows. So in other words, the market internally has been weak, but it was driven by very few stocks, principally the biotechnology stocks.
But let me ask you, Mark, just real quick, I've got to ask you, though, is it because China is dramatically slowing down? I mean, the Chinese seem to be taking extraordinary measures to boost their economy, and it's not working.
No, it won't work because there are issues or problems that you can't solve with money printing. And I have to say this about Greece. I greatly admire Tsipras and the finance minister who have called what the bureaucrats in Brussels are, namely essentially a mafia that lends them money, although they precisely knew that Greece would never be able to pay the interest nor repay the principal. And now the problem has become bigger. But basically, I think the best outcome would be for Greece to leave the EU and to reintroduce the drachma. This will probably not happen for political reasons. Eventually, the EU and the IMF and all these clowns in these financial institutions will kind of work out the deal. But even if a deal is worked out, I don't think that market will react that positively.
Well, Mark, we've got elections coming up in Portugal in the fall. We've got elections coming up in Spain. Their economies aren't much better performing than Greece, and they certainly do not like austerity. Might this be the water spilling over the dam, and out they'll go too?
Well, I think that most people in Europe have actually great sympathy for the Greeks for admitting that they can't pay, and that the programs that were initiated by the ECB and the IMF did not solve problems, but postponed them. I think most people understand that. And I have to say that Greece called a referendum is actually a democratic way to address the issue. But the finance ministers, they essentially said no to a referendum because they said that the Greeks are uneducated and therefore can't vote on important issues, which is essentially the principle of a democracy. I'm not necessarily in favor of democracies, but I'm just telling you,
okay,
you can't accuse them for doing anything wrong.
Well, Marc Faber, we appreciate your being here because not many people can call Mario Draghi or Angela Merkel clowns. You can do it and get away with it. All the best to you.
Yes, I think that's what they are.